My name is Lauren Harper, 28 years old, living alone in a tiny one-bedroom apartment in Fremont, Seattle. The apartment is on the third floor of an old building, with a view overlooking the Lake Washington Ship Canal, where kayaks glide by every morning and the sound of ship horns echoes steadily in the afternoons. I like this place. It's small, but it's all mine. I pay the rent on time, handle everything myself, from utilities to health insurance, and finally paid off my student loans last year. My job as a senior data analyst at a mid-sized tech company in South Lake Union is stable, with a salary comfortable enough to live in this expensive city, though sometimes I still have to check the price before ordering a cold brew. Every Sunday, I drive my 2018 Honda Civic across the 520 bridge to Bellevue, the leafy, spacious suburb where my parents still live in the 5-bedroom house they bought back in the 90s. It's a family tradition, Sunday dinner. Dad grills his favorites. Today it's smoked salmon with roasted vegetables, while Mom sets the table like something out of a magazine, with white tablecloths and gleaming wine glasses. Ashley, my sister, 30 years old, is always the center of every conversation. She arrives a little late as usual, stepping in with a radiant smile, her golden blonde hair in a high bun, wearing a fitted midi dress from a local brand in Ballard that I know costs at least $800. Sorry, everyone, the meeting with the client ran long, she says, air-kissing Mom before sitting down across from me. Mom Diane's eyes light up immediately. No problem, sweetheart. Mom knows you're busy. Your work is so important right now. Dinner starts out normal. Dad Richard asks me about my new project at work. I give a brief rundown about building a revenue tracking dashboard for the sales team. Mom nods, but her gaze has already shifted to Ashley. She talks about her big project with a tech startup in Pioneer Square, about almost signing a contract with a major brand, about her trip to San Francisco last week to meet investors. Everything sounds so impressive, so very Seattle, the city of tech dreams and expensive coffee. Then Mom raises her glass of red wine, a Pinot Noir Dad brought back from Woodinville, and looks around the table with the proudest smile I've ever seen. Ashley truly is Mom's pride and joy, she says, her voice warm, eyes sparkling. She's successful, responsible, completely independent, works hard, takes care of everything herself, doesn't rely on anyone. Unlike you, Lauren. Those words land on the table like a block of ice. It's not the first time I've heard something similar, but tonight they cut deeper than usual. No one at this table knows that for nearly 3 years, I've been transferring exactly $4,200 to Ashley every month, the precise amount for her to cover rent on a 1-bedroom with a Space Needle view in Belltown, plus insurance, gym membership, and those weekend brunches in Capitol Hill that she posts on Instagram with captions like, "Grateful for this life I've built." $4,200 every month, without fail. I told myself it was just temporary, that she just needed to get through this rough patch, that the digital marketing industry is brutally competitive. That she's my sister, and family helps each other. But deep down, I knew I was funding a massive lie, a lie that the whole family believed in and worshipped together. I set my fork down. The clink of metal on porcelain rings out clearly in the sudden silence. I look straight at Ashley. She's smiling, cheeks flushed from the praise, raising her wine glass to her lips. I smile back, a cold smile, stiff like a mask. "Yeah," I say, my voice strangely calm. She really doesn't need help from anyone. I take a deep breath, feeling like the whole world has shrunk to just this dining table. So starting today, my $4,200 monthly transfers stop. The air in the room feels like all the oxygen has been sucked out. Ashley goes pale. The wine glass in her hand freezes midway to her mouth, a few drops of red sloshing at the rim. Mom Diane's mouth opens, but no sound comes out. Her proud smile from moments ago crumbles on her face. Dad Richard stops chewing, forking knife lowering to his plate, eyes wide as he looks at me for the first time all evening. No one speaks for a few seconds that feel like centuries. I hold my smile, eyes still locked on Ashley. She finally sets her glass down, hand trembling slightly. "Lauren, What are you saying? Her voice comes out high-pitched, trying to force a laugh, but failing. I pull out my phone, open the banking app, and turn the screen toward the family. The transfer history is clear. Same name, same amount, same date every month, stretching back nearly 3 years. I'm saying exactly what I just said, I reply. Starting today, no more. Mom finds her voice again, but it's shaky. Lauren, what are you doing? That's just helping your sister, right? I look at Mom, then at Dad. He's still silent, but this time his eyes don't leave me. Yes, I say softly. It was helping my sister. 3 years, over $150,000, while everyone praised her for being independent. I stand up, pushing my chair back. The scrape of chair legs on the hardwood floor echoes harshly in the deadly silence. I'm heading home. Thanks for dinner. I walk out of the dining room, heart pounding in my chest, but my steps steadier than ever. Behind me, no one calls out. Not a single Lauren, wait or calm down. Just deadly silence following me all the way to the front door. Only the click of the door closing behind me. And for the first time in a very long time, I feel like I'm truly breathing. I'm still standing there, next to my chair, phone in hand. The atmosphere in my parents' Bellevue dining room has suddenly become heavy, as if someone just turned off the heat. The only sound left is the steady whir of the ceiling fan. Ashley sits across from me, face pale, her usually sparkling blue eyes now wide with panic. Mom Diane clutches her wine glass tightly, knuckles white. Dad Richard stares at me, as if he's truly seeing me for the first time in years. I turn the phone back around, opening the Chase Bank I've used since college. The screen lights up under the warm glow of Mom's chandelier. I scroll slowly through the transaction list, each line crystal clear. Here, I say, my voice calmer than I feel. $4,200, the 5th of every month, for 2 years and 10 months, totaling over $150,000. I place the phone on the table, screen facing my parents and Ashley. Recipient name, Ashley M. Harper. Memo, support, love you sis. I typed that myself every time, as a reminder that this was for sisterly love. Ashley stares at the screen, then at me, then back at the screen. She tries to smile, the forced smile she uses when clients reject a pitch. Lauren, you're blowing this out of proportion, she says, voice high, trying to hold on to her confidence. It was just temporary borrowing. I was going to pay it back. You know how volatile the industry is. It's just a tough phase. Temporary borrowing? I repeat, voice light but sharp. 3 years is temporary, Ashley? 3 years of you saying just a few more months, just until I land the big contract, just until that startup calls back. I believed it all. Mom Diane finally speaks. She sets her wine glass down, the crystal clink on wood sharp and dry. Lauren, calm down, she says, voice trembling but still carrying that familiar protective tone. It's just helping between sisters. Ashley is building her career. You know how expensive Seattle is. Her apartment in Belltown, the networking costs, meeting clients. It's an investment. You should be proud you helped your sister. I look at Mom. Really look at her. For years, I'd grown used to words like this being aimed at Ashley, while I got polite nods or, you're fine, right? Now, with the truth laid bare, Mom still chooses to protect the perfect image of the golden child. Investment? I ask. Mom thinks $4,200 a month is an investment? Well, I cut back on everything. No concerts, no new clothes, no weekend getaways with friends. So she could post brunch photos at the London plane with captions, living my best life? Dad, Richard, silent until now, shifts in his chair. He looks at the phone screen, then at Ashley. His eyes aren't angry, just disappointed. I've never seen him look at Ashley like that. Ashley, he says quietly, voice low, do you have anything to say? Ashley swallows. She looks at Dad, then Mom, then at me, eyes now a mix of anger and pleading. I just didn't want everyone to worry, she says, voice fading. Digital marketing is so competitive. I didn't want you to think I'd failed. I just needed time. Time that I paid for, I say. Time you used to go to Hawaii, buy Marc Jacobs bags, dine at Canlis. All thanks to my money. Mom Diane shakes her head, as if trying to shake away the truth in front of her. Lauren, you're making too big a deal of this. Family helps each other. Ashley is your sister. You should... No, I cut Mom off. For the first time in my life, I cut Mom off. I've helped enough. It's time to stop. I pick up the phone, put it in my pocket. No one says anything more. Ashley bows her head, hands clutching her napkin. Mom stares at her cooled plate. Dad sighs heavily. I push my chair back, stand up. I'm going home, I say. Thanks for dinner. I walk out of the dining room. The click of my heels on the hardwood floor echoes, each step clear, certain. No one calls after me. Not a Lauren, wait, or calm down. Just deadly silence following me to the front door. I open the door, step onto the porch. The December night in Bellevue is bone-chilling, my breath forming white clouds. I press the unlock button, the beep ringing in the quiet, affluent neighborhood. I sit in the driver's seat, close the door, and only then do I tremble. My hands shake on the steering wheel, heart pounding like it wants to burst. What did I just do? I just shattered the Sunday dinner tradition. I just overturned the perfect image the family had built for years. I just told the truth. I drive across the 520 bridge, Seattle's lights twinkling far off on the dark water of Lake Washington. Northwest rain starts to fall, wipers sweeping the windshield in rhythm. I feel relief, a strange feeling, like someone just removed a heavy backpack I'd carried for 3 years, but mixed with fear. Fear that I've just lost my family. Fear that Mom will never look at me the same. Fear that Ashley will hate me forever. But for the first time in a very long time, I also feel free. I turn on the radio. A local Seattle indie rock song plays. I crack the window a bit, letting the drizzle splash my face. Cold, but awakening. I don't know what tomorrow will bring, but today I chose myself. On the drive back to Fremont, the northwest rain falls thicker, wipers sweeping the windshield in steady rhythm. Headlights from oncoming cars streak past my face like blurry streaks of light. I turn the heat up full blast, but I still feel cold, not from the Seattle December weather, but from inside. I just did something I never dared imagine for years, publicly cut the invisible financial cord that had bound me to Ashley for nearly 3 years. I stop at a red light near the University Bridge, looking out at the pitch-black water of Lake Union. Memories flood back, uninvited, as if tonight is when they decide to demand justice. I grew up in Bellevue, the wealthy eastern suburb of Seattle, where every house has a 3-car garage and a backyard big enough for weekend barbecues. My parents bought the 5-bedroom house when I was 8, right as the real estate market boomed thanks to Microsoft and Boeing. We were a typical Pacific Northwest middle-class family. Dad a software engineer, Mom a stay-at-home mom and school volunteer. Ashley is 2.5 years older than me, and from childhood, she was the center of the family universe. She was a cheerleader for Bellevue High, the team that won state when she was a junior. She was valedictorian, gave the graduation speech, earned a full scholarship to the University of Washington in communications. Every achievement was retold at neighborhood cookouts with phrases like, "Our Ashley is a real star." And me? I was good too, but in a stable way. Straight A's, violin in the school orchestra, robotics club with the second-place state win in sophomore year. But those achievements got polite nods from Mom. "Good job, honey, but why don't you try cheerleading like your sister? It's more fun." Or when I brought home an A in advanced math. "Great, but Ashley got straight into AP calculus last year without extra tutoring." Mom's favorite phrase throughout my childhood was, "Why can't you be more like your sister?" Not always direct, but always lurking in casual comparisons. Ashley was praised for being beautiful, outgoing, charismatic. I was praised for being reliable. "Lauren is so responsible," Mom would tell neighbors. as if it was consolation for the less standout second child. I don't entirely blame Mom. She grew up in a big family in the Midwest where achievement was the only way to get noticed. She poured all her expectations into Ashley, the pretty, lively firstborn, and unintentionally made her the yardstick for everything. And me, I learned to live in my sister's shadow, telling myself being good in my own way was enough. After college, things changed. I graduated from UW in data science, landed a job right away at a mid-sized tech company in South Lake Union, good starting salary, enough to rent a small apartment in Fremont and start paying off student loans. I was proud of my independence. No asking parents for a dime since freshman year. Ashley was different. She joined a big advertising agency in downtown Seattle right after graduation. High salary, constantly bragging about events, meeting local celebs, photos with the Space Needle backdrop. We were all proud of her. Your sister is doing big things, Dad would say. Then the pandemic hit in 2020. The agency laid off staff. Ashley was cut along with hundreds of others. She called me one late night, sobbing over the phone. "Lauren, I don't know what to do. I lost my job. Next month's rent, I can't cover it. Can you help me? Just temporarily until I find something new." I was sitting in my small apartment, looking out at the dark ship canal. I remembered all the times Mom praised Ashley, all the times I wondered if I'd ever be seen as the good child, too. I thought helping her was my way to prove my worth in this family. "Of course," I said. "I'll send you $2,000 this month. Take your time job hunting." $2,000 became $3,000 when Ashley signed a new lease in Belltown. Great view, close to potential jobs. Then $4,200 when she said she needed money for networking, interview clothes, online digital marketing courses. Just a few more months, I promise. I started cutting back on everything. No more weekend outings with friends, too expensive. No tickets to indie band shows at Numos. No new laptop, even though the old one was slowing down. I told myself it was temporary, that she'd bounce back soon, like before. But months turned to years. Ashley didn't land a full-time job. She did scattered freelance, some banner designs, managing fan pages for small cafes, but income was spotty. Meanwhile, she maintained the Seattle dream lifestyle. Brunch at Cafe Flora, weekend trips to Leavenworth for fall photos, new bags from Nordstrom, constant Instagram stories with captions, "Grateful for the journey," or "Building my empire one step at a time." And me, eating instant noodles at month's end, working overtime to make up the difference, transferring on the 5th like clockwork. I never told my parents. Ashley said, "Don't worry them. They're getting older." I agreed because I didn't want to destroy the independent Ashley image the family worshipped. I thought I was protecting everyone. Now, driving across the 520 in the rain, I realize how wrong I was. I wasn't just helping her. I was funding a massive lie. A lie that Mom just reiterated tonight in front of everyone. Ashley is independent, doesn't rely on anyone. I turn into Fremont, park in front of my old apartment building. I sit in the car a few more minutes, watching rain drum on the windshield. 3 years, over $150,000, all to sustain an illusion. I turn off the engine, step out. Rain splashes cold on my face, but I don't rush inside. I stand there a moment, head tilted to the sky, letting the rain wash away years of silence. For the first time, I feel like I'm no longer the stable child. I am Lauren Harper, the one who just chose herself. I get back to my Fremont apartment just before 10 at night. Rain still patters on the old roof, water dripping from the gutter echoing in the hallway. I take off my soaked coat, hang it on the hook, then drop onto the old sofa, the only new piece I bought when I moved in. My phone buzzes nonstop in my pocket. Messages from Mom, from Ashley, even a missed call from Dad. I don't open them. Not ready yet. I open my laptop, log into Ashley's Instagram. Her account is public, over 8,000 followers, mostly old friends, former colleagues, and people following her Seattle dream lifestyle. I scroll slowly through the feed, screenshotting each post systematically. First one, Hawaii trip last June. Ashley on Waikiki Beach, white bikini, hair blowing in the wind, beaming next to a Mai Tai. Caption, "Hard work pays off." Grateful for this well-deserved break after closing a big project. Hummel Ita.
Shaz Babe, digital nomad. Over 400 likes. I screenshot the post and comments. Mom even commented, "Mom's girl is so talented, so proud." Heart icon. Next, photo of a brand new Gucci Dionysus mini bag on the walnut table in her Belltown apartment, next to a latte with fern art. Caption, "Treating myself after a successful quarter. You deserve it when you hustle." Bag icon, manifesting success. I remember that month I worked 3 straight weeks of overtime to cover the $4,200 transfer. Then brunch at the Walrus and the Carpenter, table full of fresh oysters, sourdough, white wine. Ashley and 3 old UW friends grinning. Caption, "Sunday vibes with my girls, building empires and enjoying the fruits. Hummel Ita, women in business." I screenshot them all, over 30 posts in 2 years. Each tied to a success story she told my parents, friends, the world. I save everything to a new desktop folder, evidence_Instagram. Next is the harder part, bank statements. I log into Chase on the laptop, switch to WebView for easier printing. I select the time range. From February last year, the first full $4,200 transfer, to now. The transaction list appears clearly, line by line. 5th of every month. Transfer to Ashley M. Harper, $4,200. Memo, sister support, or love you sis, or simply monthly. I scroll to the bottom. Total, $151,200. Exact. The number hits me like a punch. $151,200. Money I earned from sleepless nights debugging code, late meetings with East Coast teams, skipping every luxury my peers in Seattle enjoyed. Money I should have used to pay off student loans faster, save for a condo down payment, live my own life. I export the full statement as PDF, then print. The old printer in the corner whirs, spitting out page after page of cold black and white numbers. I stack them, clip with a large binder clip. Top page summary highlighted in red for the total. I look at the evidence in front of me. Screenshot folder on screen, thick stack of statements on the table. This isn't just about money anymore. This is proof of a long-running lie, sustained by my silence and my parents' blindness. I remember Mom's words last night. Ashley is independent, doesn't rely on anyone. Remember her proud gaze at my sister. Remember years of swallowing comparisons, telling myself silent sacrifice would earn me love. No more. I won't just cut the money. I'll make sure my parents know the truth, the full truth. Not through emotional arguments, not one-sided stories, through undeniable evidence. I open my phone calendar, text Mom. This weekend, I want the whole family to meet again. Important things to clarify. Friday evening at home, okay? Message shows delivered. I don't wait for a reply. I know Mom will agree. She'll think it's a chance for sister reconciliation. I turn off the desk lamp, leaving only laptop light glowing on the documents. Outside the window, rain still falls, but this time I don't feel cold. I feel ready. For the first time in years, I won't stay silent. I'll fight, not for revenge, but to reclaim myself. I stand in front of the high-rise in Belltown at 10 a.m. Wednesday, tote bag heavy with documents. Seattle weather is rare today. No rain, just cold wind from Elliott Bay, carrying salt and coffee scents from street-level shops. Ashley's building is a new luxury tower, gleaming glass, marble lobby, uniformed concierge behind the desk. I remember when she first moved in. She sent lobby photos with caption, "New chapter in my dream home, #blessed." And I transferred an extra $800 for furniture deposit. I take a deep breath, buzz unit 1508. Intercom beeps, Ashley's voice, cheerful as always. "Who is it?" "It's me, Lauren." "Open up." Silence for a few seconds, then the click of the lock. I ride the private elevator, mirror reflecting me. Simple black sweater, low ponytail, dark circles from barely sleeping last night. I clutch the tote. Inside, the printed statements, USB with all Instagram screenshots, envelope labeled evidence. The door opens before I knock.
Ashley stands there in Lululemon yoga pants and crop top, hair in messy high bun, just finished workout style. She beams, the professional smile for clients and Instagram. "Lauren, why didn't you text? Come in, I'm brewing cold brew." She pulls me inside. The apartment is still magazine perfect. Walnut hardwood, white marble island, gray leather sofa, floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking Space Needle and Elliott Bay. On the coffee table, new MacBook Pro, Yeti tumbler, fresh flowers probably delivered from Pike Place shop. I don't sit. I set the tote on the island, unzip. "Ashley, I'm not here for coffee." Her smile falters. She looks at the bag, then me. "You brought what?" I pull out the statement stack first. Drop it, thud, on the marble. Top page highlighted total, $151,200. 3 years of transfers, $4,200 monthly. Here's the total. Ashley goes pale. She steps back, hand on the counter. "Lauren, what are you doing? This is invasion of privacy." "Invasion?" I laugh dryly. "You've lived on my money for 3 years. This apartment, utilities, Netflix, Peloton, Hawaii trip, all from money I earned. I think I have the right to ask a few questions." I pull out the USB next, plug into her open MacBook on the table. Screen shows folder, evidence, Instagram. I open screenshots full size. Here, Hawaii trip, you said, after closing big project. Here, Gucci bag, treating myself after successful quarter. Here, oyster brunch at Walrus, building empires with my girls. All captions, hard work pays off. "Whose hard work, Ashley?" She stares at the screen, lips tight, eyes red but not crying yet. You don't understand. The industry is tough. Clients delay payments. You think I wanted this? Tough? I point to statements. I'm a senior data analyst at tech, 6 figures, but I've never been to Hawaii, never bought Gucci. I eat instant noodles end of month so you could live like an influencer. While you told Connor, and probably dozens of others, that I'm controlling, jealous, like to hold money over you. Ashley turns away, looking out the glass. Space Needle stands solid in the distance under gray Seattle sky. "I didn't say that." Her voice fades. "You did," I cut in. "Connor told me yesterday. You made me the villain to justify living off me, while Mom and Dad still thought you were the independent golden child." Ashley turns back, eyes glistening. "You think I wanted to be the golden child? From childhood, Mom expected me to be the best, prettiest, most successful. Cheerleading, valedictorian, scholarship, all to make Mom proud. I got addicted to that feeling. When I lost my job, I panicked. I was terrified if I admitted failure, Mom wouldn't look at me the same, wouldn't be proud anymore. So I lied. And when you helped, I took advantage to keep lying." She sits on the sofa, head down. I panicked. Lied once, then lied more to cover the first. I thought just time, I'd land something big, pay you back. But it got harder. I stand there, watching her. For the first time, I see Ashley not as the confident, perfect sister on Instagram, but a 30-year-old woman, trembling, afraid of losing everything. "So what about my money?" I ask softly. "You used it to sustain that lie." "You let Mom compare me to you, call me not like your sister, while my money kept your image intact." Ashley looks up, tears falling. "I'm sorry. I know I was wrong. I'll find a way to pay back. Just give me more time, 1 more month. I'm talking to a startup in South Lake Union. They promised—" "No," I cut in, voice calm, firm. "I'm no longer your backup account. No longer the silent sacrificing little sister so you can keep your throne. Transfers stopped Sunday night, and they will never resume." Ashley jumps up, voice high. "You can't do this. I'll lose this apartment. I'll lose everything. You want me to fail completely? You want to prove you're right?" "No," I say, voice even. "I just want to live my own life. You want to keep the golden child image? Pay for it yourself." She rushes over, grabs my arm. "Lauren, please, just 1 month. I'll find a job, I swear." "Don't destroy everything I've built." I pull my arm back, gently but firmly. "You destroyed it yourself, Ashley, when you chose lying over admitting you needed real help. I'm just stopping funding the lie. I pack the documents back into the tote. Zip up. Friday night, the whole family meets again. I'll show Mom and Dad everything. Tell your version if you want. I walk to the door. Ashley stands there, tears streaming, but doesn't follow. I press the elevator button. Doors open, I step in. Turn for one last look at her. For the first time in my life, I feel truly strong. Not angry, not vengeful, but the strength of someone who just took back control of her life. Elevator doors close. I look at my reflection in the metal. Eyes red but dry. Shoulders straight, head high. I'm no longer the little sister in the shadows.
3 days after confronting Ashley, I'm sitting in my home office in Fremont, laptop screen full of revenue charts for the new project. Phone buzzes on the desk. Mom's number. I hesitate a second, then answer. Hello, Mom? Mom, Diane's voice, warm, but with familiar reproach. Lauren, are you okay? Mom called several times. You didn't pick up. I look out the window, watching kayaks on the canal. I've been busy with work, Mom. What's up? Mom sighs lightly. Mom's worried about you and Ashley. Sunday night, you said such harsh things. Ashley called Mom crying all yesterday. She said you're angry about something, suddenly cutting contact. You should understand your sister. Ashley is under huge work stress. Big project with a startup in South Lake Union. Difficult clients, meetings nonstop. She works day and night, tremendous pressure. You're the younger sister. Give her some slack. I grip the phone tighter. Mom's words, painfully familiar. Always Ashley under pressure. Ashley doing big things. Ashley needing understanding. Not one question about how I'm doing after Sunday. Not one apology for comparing me in front of everyone. Mom, I say calmly, have you ever asked Ashley what that project specifically is? Which clients? What's the startup name? Silence for a few seconds. Mom didn't ask details, but she's busy. Mom sees her on late Zoom calls. I laugh dryly. Mom, Ashley has no big project. She hasn't had full-time work since the pandemic. She's lived on money I sent monthly, $4,200, to pay Belltown rent and maintain her Instagram lifestyle. Longer silence. Then Mom, voice rising slightly. Lauren, don't talk nonsense. Ashley is independent. She earns well. Mom sees her meeting clients, dressing nicely, driving the new Bimmer. The Bimmer is leased, Mom, I cut in, and lease payments indirectly from me, because I sent enough for her to spend. You can believe Ashley's version if you want, but I have proof. Mom Diane sounds alarmed. What proof? If you and your sister have issues, tell Mom clearly. Don't blow it up. Okay, I say. I'll tell clearly. To the whole family. This Friday night at home. Me, you, Dad, and Ashley. 7 p.m. I'll bring everything for everyone to see. Lauren, what are you planning? Don't create more drama. Family... It's not drama, Mom. It's the truth. You want to keep being proud of Ashley? Fine. But at least be proud based on truth. I hang up before Mom can say more. Heart racing, but not from fear. From resolve. I open the laptop, create a new PowerPoint file. Simple title. The Truth About Family Finances. First slide. Transfer timeline. Bar chart showing $4,200 monthly. Total $151,200. Source, my tech salary account. Second slide. Comparison table. Left, my post-tax salary, frugal spending, remaining student debt. Right, estimated Ashley living costs. Belltown rent, $2,800 a month. Car lease, $600. Gym plus dining plus travel. Next slides. Instagram collage. Hawaii, Gucci bag, fancy brunch. Overlaid red text. Funding source, transfers from Lauren Harper. Final slide. Old family photo at Gasworks Park when I was 18. Ashley Center, beaming, holding UW diploma. Me beside her, forced smile. Caption I added. Time for everyone to see both daughters for real. I save the file, back up to Google Drive and spare USB. Print another full statement set, neatly clipped in black folder. I check the clock. 3 days until Friday. I don't sleep much that night. I lie in bed, listening to rain on the Fremont roof, thinking about what's coming. How will Mom react seeing $151,200? Will Dad, always silent during comparisons, speak up? How will Ashley justify? But this time, I'm not afraid.
I've been silent too long, sacrificed too much for fake peace. Now it's time for everything to come out. I turn on the desk lamp, open the laptop again, review slides one last time. Everything ready. This Friday, no turning back. I won't just cut the money, I'll cut the lie that has enveloped this family for years. And for the first time, I'll let Mom and Dad see me, Lauren Harper for real, not the stable child in the golden child's shadow. I turn off the light, lie down. Rain still falls, but I smile in the darkness. I'm ready. Friday evening, I drive across the 520 to Bellevue at 6:45. Seattle December weather bites, thick fog wrapping the lit suburban homes. I cradle the laptop under my arm, tote heavy with documents on the passenger seat. Heart racing, but no longer fear, cold resolve built over the week. My parents' house is the same. Soft porch light, early Christmas wreath on the door, faint smell of grilled salmon from the kitchen. Mom Diane opens the door, forced smile. Lauren, you're here. Come in. Dad's in the living room. Dad Richard sits in his familiar leather armchair, Rainier beer in hand, eyes on TV but not watching. He nods hello, gaze complicated, not angry but uncomfortable. Ashley isn't back yet, Mom says, voice high with worry. She texted stuck in a client meeting, running late. I smile lightly. No problem, Mom. I can start without her. I set the laptop on the walnut dining table, site of countless Sunday dinners. Connect to the big living room TV via HDMI. Open the prepared PowerPoint. First slide on large screen, glaring red bar chart. $4,200 monthly. Total, $151,200. Parents sit on the sofa opposite. Mom clutches her hands in her lap. What is this, honey? Dad asks, voice low. The truth, I reply, about Ashley's finances and mine. I click through slides, voice calm, clear. Second slide, living cost comparison. Left, my after-tax salary, frugal spending. Right, Ashley estimated costs. Belltown rent, $2,800, car lease, dining, travel. Third slide, Instagram collage. Hawaii, Gucci, fancy brunch. Overlaid red. Funding source, Lauren Harper. Mom Diane pales gradually. Dad frowns deeper. I've sent Ashley $4,200 monthly for nearly 3 years, I say. Total, over $150,000. While Mom thought she was independent, earning well, needing no one. Mom shakes head. Impossible. Ashley told Mom about big projects, fancy clients. No big projects, Mom. I gently cut in. Freelance scraps since pandemic. Connor, her college friend, confirmed. She used my money to maintain Instagram image and the front for you and Dad. Front door opens. Ashley walks in. Burberry trench coat, high bun, professional smile. Sorry everyone late. Meeting dragged on. Clients so demanding. She air kisses Mom, sits beside her. Smile vanishes seeing the TV screen. What is this? Family meeting, I say, as I invited. Ashley stares at slides, face ashen. Lauren, what are you doing? This is privacy invasion. Privacy? I click to final slide. Old family photo at Gasworks Park. 3 years I stayed silent to protect your privacy. Time for the family to know the truth. Mom Diane looks at statements I placed on the table, hands trembling, flipping pages. Oh, God. $151,200? Is this real? Ashley stands. Mom, don't believe it. Lauren is exaggerating. It was just temporary sister help. Temporary 3 years? Dad Richard speaks first time, voice low but sharp. Ashley, explain. Ashley sits, eyes red. She looks at everyone, then bows head. I'm sorry. I lost my job long ago. I didn't dare say because afraid you'd be disappointed. I thought just time. I'd land something big. But Lauren helped, so I continued. Mom Diane starts crying. Not loud, tears silent, shoulders shaking. All the times Mom bragged to neighbors, friends, about my successful independent daughter. It was fake? Mom looks at Ashley, voice breaking. Mom used you as example to teach Lauren so many times. Mom is so ashamed. Dad sets beer down, stands, walks to me. He places hand on my shoulder. first time in years. "Lauren," he says, voice hoarse. "We owe you an apology. Mom and Dad didn't see how hard you struggled. Dad is sorry." I look at Dad, eyes stinging but no tears. Just nod. Ashley stands again, eyes red from anger and shame. "So you're happy now? Everyone satisfied? Lauren destroyed everything I built. You'll regret when I'm no longer your pride." She grabs her bag, storms out. Front door slams, echoing in the quiet house. Mom still cries. Dad sits beside her, arm around shoulders. I turn off TV, close laptop. I say nothing more. No need. The truth has been spoken. And for the first time, I feel truly seen in this family. The weeks after that family confrontation pass in strange silence. Not angry silence, but the silence of people trying to digest an overwhelming truth. My parents' Bellevue home no longer rings with laughter about Ashley's latest achievement. No more group texts with photos of Ashley with important clients. Instead, long pauses in calls, awkward check-ins, and tense atmosphere that slowly changes. Mom Diane calls me more, not to talk about Ashley, but small things she never cared about before. "Have you eaten dinner? How's work? Is Fremont rainy? Do you have an umbrella?" The first time she called just to ask, "Do you need Mom to send homemade cookies?" I almost cried. First time Mom asked about me without a comparison to my sister. Dad Richard talks less, but his actions speak. He invites me over to fix a leaking kitchen faucet, something he used to call Ashley for because she's handy. When I finish, he pats my shoulder. "Good job, Lauren. Dad is proud of you." That simple sentence, I had to turn away so he wouldn't see my eyes well up. And Ashley? She disappears from family group chat for weeks. No new Instagram stories, no posts. I hear from a mutual UW friend. She got eviction notice, had to move out of the beautiful Belltown apartment in 1 month. She's crashing with a college friend in Capitol Hill. Small 2-bedroom, splitting rent and bills. No more Space Needle view, no more Marble Island. I don't contact her. Not ready. But I know she started full-time at a Starbucks near Pike Place Market. Early morning shifts, green uniform, making lattes for rush hour lines. Evenings, scattered freelance, social media posts for local bakeries, fan page management for a yoga studio. Not glamorous, no building my empire captions, but real work, real paycheck. Meanwhile, my life expands. For the first time in 3 years, my bank account doesn't auto-deduct $4,200 on the 5th. I open the Chase app, watch the balance grow without vanishing, feeling like a heavy backpack just lifted. I sit with my personal Excel, something I never had time for, always calculating to cover Ashley, and plan. First, student loans. Still over $40,000 from UW. I make a large payment that month, cutting interest significantly. Watching debt decrease instead of grow is addictive. Next, savings. I open a new high-yield account, transfer what would have gone to Ashley. In 3 months, it passes $15,000, number I never reached before. I enroll in part-time MBA at Foster School of Business, evening program for working professionals. Classes twice weekly at UW Seattle campus, close enough to bike if I want. I dreamed of this long ago, but always thought, wait until finances stabilize. Now they are. Work changes too. No more overtime to cover massive transfers. I have energy. I volunteer to lead a big project, predictive analytics model forecasting next quarter revenue for sales. Boss calls me in end of quarter. "Lauren, you've been doing great lately. Company decided to promote you to principal data analyst with 18% raise." I signed the offer letter that day, hands slightly shaking in disbelief. I start living differently. I buy tickets to Death Cab for Cutie at the Paramount, favorite Seattle band from high school. I weekend hike Rattlesnake Ledge with work friends. No worrying about month-end shortages. I replace my laptop, MacBook Pro M3, something I only dreamed of. I even date. A coworker in engineering, Evan, asks me for craft beer at Fremont Brewing. We talk until late about data, Seattle, trips never taken. But not everything perfect. I still flinch when phone buzzes, afraid Ashley message asking money. I still dream old Sunday dinners, Mom praising her, me getting nods. I start therapy. Capitol Hill therapist specializing in family favoritism.
First session, I cry 50 minutes straight talking about why can't you be like your sister, repeated throughout childhood. Therapist asks, how do you feel now controlling your own finances? I think relieved, but also guilty, like I betrayed family. She nods. Common reaction for scapegoat child suddenly escaping old role. But you didn't betray anyone. You just chose yourself. Slowly, I learned to accept guilt isn't mine. One March afternoon, Mom calls. Lauren, come for dinner this weekend? Dad wants to grill ribeye. Just us three. No mention of Ashley. I agree. When I arrive, table set for 3. Mom makes kale salad from backyard garden. Dad pours Woodinville red wine. We talk about my new condo, MBA classes, work project. Mom asks, do you need Mom's help? Class is tiring? I smile. I'm okay, Mom. Really okay. And for the first time, I believe it.
Short-term aftermath isn't dramatic shock, but small, slow, certain changes. My family learning to see me, not through Ashley comparison lens, but Lauren Harper real, independent, strong, and finally worthy of pride. And Ashley, I don't know where she'll go from here, but for the first time, it's no longer my responsibility. I chose myself, and that's enough. 4 months pass since that family confrontation. Seattle enters late summer, rare, long, sunny days mixed with signature drizzle. I'm used to my new life. Higher salary, student debt dropping fast, part-time MBA at Foster and Rhythm, weekend evenings no longer anxious about account balance. I even start morning runs along Fremont Canal, listening to leadership podcasts instead of calculating if I have enough for Ashley this month. One Tuesday afternoon in August, phone buzzes on desk. Ashley's number.
I stare long, heart racing. First contact since she stormed out of parents' house that night. Short message. Lauren, I know you may not want to hear, but I want to meet and talk. Not asking money, just talk. You choose place. I don't reply immediately. I walk to small balcony, look down at canal sparkling in afternoon sun. I'd imagined this moment many times in therapy. Would I be angry, cold, or just tired? Finally, I text. This Saturday, 3 p.m. Analog coffee in Capitol Hill. Old place. Okay, thank you. Saturday comes faster than expected. I wear simple jeans, white tee, thin cardigan, no fuss. I arrive early, order pour over Kenya like the Connor meeting, sit same wooden corner table by window. Outside sunny, Pine Street busy with walkers, bikes, colorful cafe umbrellas. Ashley walks in at exactly 3. She looks different.
No messy high bun Instagram style. No perfect makeup, no crop top or expensive yoga pants. She wears old gray tee, faded jeans, low ponytail, bare face, showing dark circles and new fine lines at eye corners. She looks tired, but more real than ever. Lauren, she says softly, approaching table. No hug, no air kiss, just stands, hands clutching simple canvas tote strap. Sit, sis, I reply, gesturing opposite chair. She orders plain black drip coffee, no latte art, no expensive milk. We sit silent few minutes, only hearing grinder and surrounding chatter. Ashley speaks first, voice small but steady. I don't know where to start. I thought a lot these 4 months about what you said at my apartment, at Mom and Dad's. I hated you for a while, thought you destroyed everything I built. But then I realized you only destroyed the lie. Everything I built was fake long ago.
She looks down at coffee, stirring slowly. I'm sorry, Lauren. Not the get it over with kind or with money request. Truly sorry for using you as financial source so long, for letting you sacrifice so much while I lived like nothing happened, for telling friends you were controlling, jealous, just to feel less guilty. Her voice cracks. She looks up, eyes red. I grew up with pressure to be golden child. Mom always expected me best, prettiest, most successful. Every achievement, cheerleading, valedictorian, scholarship. Mom's so proud. I got addicted. When I lost job, I panicked, terrified if I admitted failure,
Mom wouldn't look at me same, wouldn't be proud. So I lied. And when you helped, I exploited it to keep lying. I listen, no interruption. First time hearing Ashley speak truth about herself, not perfect Instagram version. I was so afraid of failure. I'd rather live fake than face truth, she continues. I hurt you deeply. I know $151,200 isn't just money. Years you sacrificed, opportunities you missed. I don't expect forgiveness now. I just want you to know I realize how wrong I was. I look at her long. I see different Ashley. Not confident, arrogant sister, but 30-year-old woman trying to face herself. What are you doing now? I ask softly. Ashley's sad smile. I work at Starbucks near Pike Place, morning shifts. Pay enough for shared room rent with friend. Evenings, small freelance. Posts for local shops. Not glamorous, but money I earn myself. I'm retaking Google Digital Marketing Cert online, for real this time. Trying to rebuild, from start. I nod. Good. Silence again. Ashley wipes tears with sleeve. I'm not asking money, I promise. I just want to ask, can we be sisters again? Not old way, me living fake, you silent sacrifice, but real way. I breathe deep. Time for boundaries. Sis, I don't hate you. I'm still angry, probably for a while, but I don't want complete cutoff. I'm willing to be sisters if you live real. No lying to parents, no fake image online, no financial reliance on anyone. If you do that, we can talk, meet, like today. But if you ask money, even once, I'll say no. And if you return to old ways, I'll keep distance. Ashley nods slowly, tears falling again. I understand. That's more than I deserve. We both cry. Not loud, just silent tears. No one hugs. We just sit, two sisters, across small wooden table, amid Capitol Hill cafe noise. This isn't movie perfect ending. No reconciliation hug, no forever promises. Just a beginning. Small, fragile step, but real. When we stand to leave, afternoon sun through glass gilds Pine Street. Ashley walks opposite direction, back to shared Capitol Hill apartment. I walk to Fremont, to life I'm building. We don't say see you next week, but both know the door isn't fully closed. And this time, if it opens, it will be on truth. 1 year passes since that fateful night, the night I spoke the truth and reclaimed my life. Seattle is the same. Drizzle mixed with rare sun, expensive coffee, hectic tech pace. But I'm different, completely. I bought a small condo in Fremont, 2 bedrooms, canal view, high enough to see Space Needle twinkling at night. Not luxury penthouse like Ashley's old place, but mine. Down payment from months of saved $4,200 transfers, 30-year mortgage at good rate thanks to perfect credit. Signing day, I stood in empty rooms holding keys, crying from happiness. First time I own a real home. Not rent, not shared, not sacrificed for someone else's nicer place. Work advances fast. After principal promotion, I lead small team building AI customer prediction model. Boss nominates me for internal leadership program, mentoring with execs from Amazon and Microsoft. I'm more confident in meetings, speak up, take big projects. Salary rise enough for summer trip to San Juan Islands. First time self-paying seaplane ticket without guilt. And I have Evan. We're official after Fremont Brewing beers last year. He's software engineer, same company. Tall, messy brown hair, kind smile, understands complex family because his older brother was golden child. We run Sunday mornings, cook dinners. He grills salmon better than Dad. Binge Netflix on sofa. Evan never asks about Ashley unless I want to talk. He just says, you deserve happiness without proving anything. This year's Thanksgiving is first family gathering in over a year. Parents host in Bellevue, like tradition, but atmosphere different. No elaborate table with white cloth and crystal. Just regular wood table, simple roasted turkey, mashed sweet potatoes, mom's pumpkin pie. Ashley attends, first since confrontation. She arrives with store-bought apple pie from Pike Place, simple sweater, low ponytail. She looks healthier, suntanned from outdoor Starbucks shifts, real smile instead of professional one. She's retaking Google Digital Marketing Cert, full-time shift manager at big downtown Starbucks, plus stable freelance for local brands. Not rich, but independent. Her Instagram now normal photos, self-brewed coffee, books reading, Green Lake runs. No empire or hustle captions. Dinner, normal. Mom asks about my new condo, MBA, Evan. She met him first time and loved instantly. Dad talks fishing trip on Puget Sound with retiree friends. Ashley shares about new course, recent shift manager promotion. No comparisons. No mentions of success or independence like before. Just everyday stories of 4 adults trying to rebuild family ties. After dinner, Ashley and I sit on back porch. Cold, we wear sweaters, look at dark backyard. I'm doing okay, Ashley says softly. Not easy, but real. I'm not afraid of failure anymore, because I failed already and the world didn't end. I nod. I'm proud of you. She looks at me, eyes glistening. Thank you for not forgiving easily. If you kept sending money, I'd never change. We don't hug, just sit, 2 sisters, in comfortable silence. I reflect a lot on this journey. Justice, it turns out, isn't revenge. Not watching Ashley lose luxury apartment, perfect image I once envied. Justice is me stopping self-sacrifice to sustain others' illusions. Ashley's illusion of perfection, Mom's illusion of golden child, and my own illusion that silent sacrifice would earn more love. I learned boundaries, learned to say no without guilt, learned to be proud of myself without needing applause. Therapy helped a lot. I still go regularly, talking about overlooked childhood, anger never allowed to show. Now I'm free, financially free, emotionally free, free to live the life I choose, not measured by Ashley's yardstick. I don't hate her anymore. I even pity her, because I know golden child pressure is heavy too, different from scapegoat child pressure, but its own burden. My family isn't perfect. Still awkward moments, unsaid words, but we're trying, really trying. If you've ever been the overlooked one in family, the stable, responsible child always behind the spotlight of talented sibling, what would you choose? Full forgiveness and open arms? Or a complete cutoff to protect yourself? Or the middle path, clear boundaries, conditional love, patience to see if time heals? I chose the middle path. Not easy, but mine. And for the first time in 29 years, I'm truly at peace.